We all know somebody who is religious and would really appreciate a card with that true spirit of, or true meaning of Christmas theme to it. Snowmen are okay, Father Christmas is okay, puppies and kittens in Santa hats are okay, but to really give the true meaning of Christmas to somebody who is quite religious shows that you've given it some thought. Now, this is a beautiful 6x6 stained glass window card, but each of the main panels are decoupaged up, can you see? So they're individually layered for that lovely dimensional feel to it. And it's a very understated card, plain and simple, but very, very effective and really gets the meaning across. Now, on the sheets on the DVD, that main image is there with all the mosaic separate window tiles, but there's a second version too. There's also a circular one with a circular topper with, because the main colour in that is blue, we've also included a blue variant on the ribbons. So what I'm going to do is, you've seen the mosaic one completed and all made up with the red ribbon strips. I'm now going to create the other version, which is going to be the circular one with the circular window in that too, showing Mary and Joseph in the stable with baby Jesus in the manger. There you go. Which again is a lovely image to give to somebody at Christmas. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started on the construction of that one then. I'm using a standard 6x6 card base, but this is a pearlised one again. So I've just added that little bit of extra sheen because it's stained glass. I just thought a little bit of a nice sheen would go down rather well. So once again, we're going to stick the base down. A little bit of wet glue, obviously for ease of use. You can use tape runner, double-sided tape, or anything else you fancy. Nails perhaps. Okay, and we'll just position that in the centre of our card. But because we've used the wet glue, it gives us that few minutes or few seconds or so just to adjust if we haven't got it quite right. Just give it a bit of a rub. Okay, there we go. Right, so the next step is to lay your ribbon strips across. Again, not a very complicated card, but I don't actually think it needs to be, because the main topper really is quite intricate anyway with the stained glass. So it doesn't really need to be. It's definitely one of those less is more cards. Not over fussy. Okay, and again with glue, just putting it down the middle. And right down. So just make sure you've got that as even as you can. If your OCD is anything like mine, you've probably put a mark on the actual paper itself to denote the exact centre. There we go. Okay, so we're going to use the peace and joy sentiment again. There are others. There's a praise the Lord one, and there's also a love and joy. So, but I've gone for the peace and joy again because that's more of a traditional sort of Christmas greeting. And I'm just going to add a little bit of wet glue, not a lot, just a little bit, on the front of that sentiment, because I am going to tuck it underneath the main topper in the middle, just like so. just lining up the middle of the topper, the line that runs right the way down the middle. I'm just lining that up with the point on that sentiment. There we go. Okay, so now that's stuck down, I've already put a foam pad on the back, as I have with the rest of the topper, so that's now going to sit at the same level in the middle of the card. Just like that. Very Tommy Cooper. Okay, so I'm just going to take the backs off. Depending on time, I'll probably speed that bit up so you have to sit all the way through it. Now, using the crosses on the actual image, so you can see there is lines running right across the middle and one running from the top to the bottom. You can actually line it up, and I might have to just employ the back of my head for a minute, and then about there, I would say. Lovely. You could just leave it there. You don't have to put on the circular layer. If you don't want to, you can keep that for another project, but just to add that little bit of dimension, you can do. So just take those off. And then just place that over the centre of your main topper. And that's pretty much it, really. I mean, there are other elements on the sheets that you can print off. There are some small little circular embellishments. There's a little gift tag that you can use if you want to. If they are giving a gift with the card. So there's lots of other little bits and pieces that you could use if you really wanted to. You can add some gems down at the bottom, or you could even go in with a little bit of glitter, which I might just do. Just take some of gold glitter and then just run that very, very thinly just around the halo. Like so, just to add that little subtle hint of sparkle. There you go. So a 6x6 religious card. There's the two variants there, so you can see them side by side. So literally, choice is yours, or do both. Why not? Okay, that's all for me for now. And I shall get ready for my next one.